Hey, what's going on YouTube? Let's take a look and see what we're working on today. All right guys, got this two-door JL in. We just put a rough country 2.5-inch lift on it with the M1 shocks. Customer's out of town, left it with us for a week, and while we've got it, we're gonna go ahead and do a regear. Currently, we just popped the covers off. Currently, of course, it's a Rubicon, so it's got the electronic lockers front and rear. It's a 410 gear now, and the customer's going to a 456, which is not a very big change when it comes to regears, but he is set on his tire size and the final build vision, so there's no reason to go to a much taller gear for a bigger tire down the road, because he's very decisive and convinced on what setup he wants to run. So we're going to stand back and start getting these blown apart. Dylan will work on the rear axle and I'll do the front, and we'll come back when we've got them emptied out and ready to go. Quick update on the bug. It's all together, running and driving. We are going to do some tuning with Holley steel, just because this is such a small engine. They're looking at maybe getting me some smaller injectors so we can crank the fuel pressure way up on it, but you'll see updates to follow on that. All right, guys, Dylan and I got them torn apart. Let's take a look at the housings. All right, front housing empty. We're still going to go back now that we've got it cleaned out. We're kind of letting the brake clean flash out. We got to drive out the pinion races, and then we'll start doing the rebuild of the ring and pinion for the front. Let's take a look at the rear. All right, guys, same story for the rear. Got it cleaned out. Again, this was not a bad one. It was not a catastrophic failure. It's even a fairly low mileage Jeep. We're just doing a gear change to improve performance, so there were no metal shavings or broken parts or anything in it, but we'll get those races swapped out and start doing the ring and pinion swaps on the carriers. All right, guys, here's the parts we're putting in. Putting in all Yukon parts. Got the ring and pinions for front and rear and the master install kits. Again, Dana 44 front and rear, which is technically the 210 front axle for the JL series and the 220 rear axle for the JL series, and we're going to 456 ratio up from the 410. So we'll get started. Hey guys, while we're doing this regear, I wanted to show you what we just pushed in the shop from the back lot, getting ready to tear apart and do an engine swap on. A little bit of a issue that you'll see here. All right, guys, if you'll look down here at the bottom of the engine, everything appears to be normal except for that. I do believe that is a rod and part of a piston hanging out on the bottom of the oil pan. So fairly low mileage JK 3.6, and we've got a brand new Jasper engine in the crate over there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started pulling this thing. Probably go ahead and get fluids drained today, and Monday this engine will be out. Just figured I'd give you an update. Here's a look at that Jeep that we're doing the engine swap on. Customer has been here before for just routine maintenance in the past, about 1.5 years ago, and we put a winch on it, did a few things, and now it's time for a new 3.6. All right, guys, went ahead and got the rear axle built. We've got the new pinion bearings and race on the new pinion, and got the new ring and pinion end, got the new bearings on the carrier. Went ahead and painted it up, and now we're gonna spin it and see what kind of pattern it lays out. All right, guys, I always use a drill. Just helps get a more consistent spin. Put the drill on the pinion, spin it 5 or 6, maybe almost 10 revolutions in the cool side, and then we'll back up and go to the coast side. Put a little tension on the ring and pinion just to get it laying in right. Take a look at it. All right, guys, after we spun it, you can see the indicating marks here on the coast and the pool side, dead in the middle of the pattern. Not up at the peak, not down in the valley. Got it on the coast and the pool side. You can definitely see where that paint is marked away. It's got great backlash, about 7 thousandths. And we're gonna retorque everything, check it one more time, and this one will be ready to go. Guys, just spun the front axle after reassemble, and you can see it's got a great pattern on the coast and the pool side. Great backlash, everything came out really good. Setting these up is pretty critical to get it right. If you don't, you'll get gear noise either on the coast or the pool side, or you'll get premature ring and pinion failures. So getting that pattern set up right where it needs to be on the coast and the pool side is a very important part of the Regear process. All right, guys, let's throw this thing back together. All right, guys, we've got the axles all back together, got the gears and everything in them, got everything buttoned up, went ahead and put the wheels and tires on it and put it on the ground. I just adjusted the taser, which is the programmer in there to allow you to adjust for gear ratio. So we'll take it out on a test drive, and this one will be ready to go back to the customer. And here it is, guys. JL sitting on that rough country, 2.5-inch lift. We went ahead and upgraded and put the M1 shocks. It's got a rough country dual steering stabilizer. The customer already had the Icon wheels and the 35-inch tires. Jeep has a great stance. Should be really capable off-road now, especially with those 456 gears. And another happy customer rolling down the road. Guys, as always, we appreciate you tuning in and watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.